It's Saturday, February 14th, 2026, Valentine's Day, also apparently Ferris Wheel Day and Library Lovers Day, which feels like the universe is telling us to fall in love with stories while going in circles and crying in a quiet building. This is KoiCast. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And yes, this entire episode was cooked up by machines, stitched together by automation, and then we hit record and prayed it doesn't start free associating about, like, Victorian romance novels mid-sentence.
If it does, we keep it. That's the vibe. Today's main story is ByteDance announcing Seed 2.0, aka Dubao 2.0, and people calling it a quad-modal frontier model.
Makes CD podien 20 iapata 2.0 how in remarking job menos tamakomoi ferestorum sem tago,
Which is stopping by freezing Rior at stop. You thin. Yeah. And to be precise, that 47 cents in, 237 out is for Seed 2.0 Pro API pricing under a 32K context window. People have also shared higher rates for longer contexts, like roughly 67 cents per million input tokens and $3.36 per million output tokens in the 32K to 128K range.
Which is still absurd. When pricing collapses like that, it changes the math. Not can we afford to run a multimodal pipeline, but how do we stop the pipeline from going feral?
Wait, but Riles, what's the catch? Because there's always a catch. Is it quality? Safety? Latency? Or is ByteDance just doing the classic platform move where they subsidize the party until everyone moves in and then, boom, rent goes up?
It's usually a mix. Pricing can be a land grab, especially when you've got distribution like TikTok. But even if the prices are temporary, the bigger signal is this. They want high-volume multimodal workflows to be normal. Like, not special, not AI lab day, just Tuesday.
And the quad-modal thing matters because marketers don't work in one format. A campaign is script, then visuals, then voice, then video, then cutdowns, then captions, then analytics. If one model can see and generate across that, the workflow gets weirdly smooth.
Totally. Here's the first agentic workflow I think is actually shippable, weekly, not just a demo. Ramika, you ingest a week of long-form content like a brand podcast plus YouTube plus TikToks. Then the model does long video understanding. It finds themes, identifies moments that match specific audience personas, drafts short-form scripts, generates rough storyboards, generates variants, and then routes the best ones to a human for taste.
So like content meat grinder, but in a cute way.
In a responsible way. The real unlock is the analysis step being cheap. If it can watch hours of footage and tag it with structure, hooks, objections, product mentions, emotional peaks, then your automation can go from raw archive to scheduled content without someone manually scrubbing timelines.
Okay, but I'm going to be annoying. You can kind of do that already with a stack. Like Gemini can do multimodal analysis, some damn tools do auto-tagging, and then you push into CapCut templates, right?
You can and you should. The difference is when one system is good enough across modes that you stop duct taping 5 vendors together. Every extra tool is another failure point, another place metadata gets lost, another review step. A quad-modal model with aggressive pricing invites people to centralize.
Centralize until the lawyers show up, which brings us to Seedance 2.0. The other story, posts and reporting say Disney sent ByteDance a cease and desist over viral AI videos that allegedly depict protected characters.
Yeah. Axios reported Disney sent that letter, and then The Wrap had coverage about the Motion Picture Association calling it out, plus SAG-AFTRA condemning the use of likeness and voice. This is the part where every marketer listening should sit up straight.
Because it's not just don't make Mickey. It's the model might steer you into franchise-adjacent vibes without you asking. Like, you type whimsical animated mouse hero, and suddenly you've got a lawyer magnet.
Exactly. And the line between inspired by and infringing gets blurrier when the output is high-fidelity video that looks like it belongs to a known universe, especially when it's going viral. Virality is basically a subpoena generator.
So what's the practical rule here? Because creators are going to create.
My 3-step sanity check before publishing AI video is, first, provenance check. What inputs did you use? Any reference images, any style frames, any audio stems. If you can't explain the ingredients, stop.
Receipts, basically.
Second, similarity scan by a human with taste. Not does it technically infringe, but does this look like we're trying to borrow a franchise's trust? If the answer is yes, rewrite the concept.
And third.
Third is distribution context. Where is this going? Paid ad accounts and brand channels need a stricter threshold than a personal test post. If it's tied to revenue, assume scrutiny. Route it through a higher risk review gate.
I love that you're basically saying tier your risk, not ban the tool. Because banning the tool is fake, people will just do it on their phones anyway.
Yup. Lead responsibly doesn't mean never. It means you design your workflow so the weird stuff gets caught before it ships.
Also, can we talk about the meme energy here? The meme caption is like, when your AI video generator is too good and now Disney knows your name.
That's painfully accurate.
Okay, switching lanes. Audio is having a moment too. Ant Group open-sourced Ming-Flash-Omni 2.0. Well, the stuff I'm seeing is about a unified Omni model that can handle audio in and out speech stuff and audio generation like voice cloning plus sound effects and music.
The Antling write-up describes Ming-Flash-Omni as a unified multimodal model, and they specifically show things like voice cloning and multilingual speech. So the direction is obvious. Fewer separate tools for voice, SFX, and music.
That's huge for creators, because the current workflow is you generate video, then you go hunting for music, then you try to fake sound design, then you record voiceover, then you sync, then you hate yourself.
Exactly. If one model can do first-pass soundscapes like brand-safe upbeat bed, soft whooshes, subtle room tone, and a narrator in this voice, you just collapsed a whole editing day into a review step.
But we risk the AI lo-fi corporate optimism problem. You know the sound. It's like a startup explainer from 2018 got reincarnated as a synth pad.
100%. The counter is building a sonic style guide the same way you build a visual one. A library of approved motifs, instruments, pacing, and do not use cues. Then you constrain generation.
So we don't all converge into the same beige vibes.
Right. And if you're open sourcing models, you get more control, but you also inherit operational pain.
Ah yes, the open source chorus. Just self-host and you're fine.
In practice, self-hosting multimodal falls apart in a few predictable places. GPUs and serving complexity, sure, but also evals. Like, how do you measure if your model is staying on brand, staying safe, not drifting? Monitoring, logging, compliance. And the biggest one, people underestimate the work of building the critic layer that catches mistakes.
Wait, hold up. This is literally what we've talked about on the Koei blog. Guardrails versus agents, contracts, critics, receipts.
Exactly. Cheap models make you want to automate more, but automation without a control plane is how you end up posting a legally distinct mouse to your brand account on Valentine's Day. Romantic, but fatal.
Speaking of workflow reality, AssemblyAI dropped Universal 3 Pro and they're calling it steerable transcription, like you can prompt how the transcript behaves.
Brown, their own docs and guide talk about prompting for domain context, verbatim versus clean read, correct terminology, speaker labels, and even tagging non-speech audio events like laughter. That's not just transcription, that's transcript as a controllable production asset.
Which is so underrated for marketers, because the transcript is the seed for everything. Clips, hooks, email copy, LinkedIn posts, SEO pages, internal memos, sales snippets.
Exactly. And the smart move is to prompt for structure, like transcribe, then output a list of moments with start and end times, plus a suggested hook sentence, plus a caption, plus a short title. Then your automation can actually route it.
And you can do it without a Frankenstein toolchain where you transcribe here, then summarize there, then timecode somewhere else, then cry.
Hey.
Yep. Okay, quick ecosystem swirl so we don't get tunnel vision. In the last few days, we've been swimming in model chaos. We had that episode about Gemini 3 DeepThink, GPT 5.3 Codex Spark, and UniAudio 2.0, which was basically reasoning, speed, unified audio, and how not to get wrecked by model churn.
And we've talked about open weights a lot, like Gemma 3 being everywhere, and how open buys you control but also forces you to be an adult about deployment. Plus the Kling 3.0 conversation. Multi-shot continuity, native audio, the whole AI video is becoming production infrastructure vibe.
Which makes Seed 2.0 feel like ByteDance looking at that whole market and going, cool, we'll do all of it, and we'll price it like a Costco hot dog.
Exactly. And when the cost curve drops, the first marketing job function to get automated isn't creative director. It's the glue work, the repurposing, the tagging, the first pass drafts, the person who forwards decks around and renames files final, V7.
Rest in peace to that person, or like, congratulations on getting your life back.
The key is, keep humans in the loop where taste and risk live. Let machines handle the heavy lifting. Analysis, first drafts, variants, transcription, sound beds. Then route the risky stuff to humans with context, not a blank page.
So basically, let the model be your intern, not your boss.
Exactly, Riles. And on days like today, Valentine's Day, maybe we just fall in love with boring governance, because it's the only thing standing between scale and public apology video.
Ugh, I hate that you're right. Also, Ferris wheel day is the perfect metaphor. You can go really fast, but you're still strapped in a circle, so you better check the bolts.
Perfect. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging with us. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and check out koei.com/resources for AI news and updates.
Go be a library lover today. Read the fine print. And if you generate a magical romantic AI video, make sure it doesn't accidentally star a copyrighted princess. Catch you later.